As promised, I am back with this summary wrap-up video, whatever you want to call it. I have some notes here, just to remind me what all I need to include, along with the research that I did into the history of the diet, which I hope is correct. No promises, but from the research I did, multiple sources said the same thing, so I'm just hoping they weren't all lying to me. So the important things that I could pick up from the history of the diet was that beginning around the 1920s, this kind of diet was introduced to help people with seizures. Like, it showed signs of, as they put it, giving you the benefits of fasting while still eating, which showed signs of helping people that suffered from seizures. And then it kind of went away whenever pharmacy, medicine, whatever you want to call it, started to advance, and we started to get medicines for things like this instead of having to rely on the diet. So, from what I could find, just an idea of how it's used. This is based off of a regular 2,000 calorie diet that standard. It's going to be, give or take, around 35 grams of carbs. Below that is the ideal thing. This is what I used as well. I adjusted mine to 2,500 calories. Mine was actually, if I remember correctly, 35 grams of carbs, 205 grams of fat, and 125 grams of protein, which was a shock for me, obviously dropping carbs and increasing fats while also dropping proteins, because I usually have a high protein diet, and it's not a high protein diet, which I struggled to get the hang of at first, but it's not. It's moderate protein, high fat, low carb. So, some tips and tricks that I found. Honestly, for me, the hardest part was not even avoiding carbs. Like, that was honestly the easiest thing for me. And coming from a diet that I don't really eat a ton of fat, that was the hardest part. Like, even though I'd sat down and wrote out, researched a list of things that I could go to the store and buy that are keto friendly, in my mind, I was sitting there thinking, let's find things that are low in carb. Like, I didn't think of either of the other two macros. So when I came back from the store, of course I had things that were low in carb and fit the diet, but I also had things that were low in fat and high in protein. So that was the main thing for me, was actually paying attention to all three macros whenever you go to the store or you buy foods or whatever you're doing. Don't pay attention to just having low carb. You have to pay attention to how much fat you're putting into it, how much protein you're eating, because it's very easy to think, oh, it's just low carb, and then you turn around and you're not getting that much fat and you're getting tons of protein, which is what happened to me the first couple of days. But the best tip or so I can give you is learn to cook. I will not consider myself Gordon Ramsay by any means, but I will say this diet has required me to become a better cook and stop relying on fast foods, because after looking up the macros for fast foods, or any kind of restaurant, to say the least, good luck finding restaurants that are going to fit your budget that also fit the keto diet. Good luck. Learn to cook, use fatty foodstuffs. Don't consume excess amounts of protein. It is very easy to do on this diet, or at least it was for me. Just to wrap it up, I don't see myself going back to my other diet. That does not mean I'm going to sit here and consume less than 35 grams of carbs a day. But my body is not, I do feel good. Like, I feel great. I feel better than I did before. But I need more energy. I need more quick hitting energy. And I haven't had that on this diet. So I see myself upping my carb intake probably to around 100 grams a day. I might go higher if that's not enough for me, but that's what I could see myself doing in the future. Like, this diet, even though it was only 3 weeks long, has become a habit for me. And when I got back from class today and I was looking for something to eat for lunch, I didn't know what to do. Like, I wanted some kind of carb, but I also didn't. Like, it's like burned into my head now that I don't need that. But this video has gone on for way too long. If you stayed around to this point of the video, I'm sorry for having to put you through the earlier video logs, and honestly most of the video logs, because they were painful to make and I'm sure they were painful to watch. But I honestly did enjoy this assignment. I have a love-hate relationship with the diet. I will recommend people trying it, at least, because it's worth a try. But I will not be doing this strict of a keto diet again, most likely, unless I'm told to by a doctor or whatever the reason. It will probably not happen again. But I still enjoyed the assignment. So, thank you. Thank you for sticking it out to this point, and I'm sorry you had to, but it was fun.